In this lesson, we're focusing on the T in the results framework, test. The test step is all about strategic clarification. It is the turning point where good prompting becomes professional-grade prompt engineering. Before the model generates anything, we pause and verify understanding. This one shift alone improves accuracy, reduces wasted time, and strengthens the final output. Testing ensures the model fully understands your instructions before it begins producing output. This is one of the biggest differences between casual prompting and certified prompt engineering. Most errors in AI output do not happen during generation. They happen before the model even starts. The prompt wasn't clear enough, certain details were missing, or assumptions were never stated. The test step slows the process down just enough to confirm that the model truly has everything it needs. This prevents confusion, protects accuracy, and sets you up for a strong final result. Here is why clarification matters so much. First, AI does not think, it predicts. The model uses patterns and probabilities, not understanding or intention. That means your output will only ever be as strong as the information you provide. Second, vagueness creates guesswork. Whenever something is unclear, missing, or assumed, the model fills in the gaps with its own best guess. This leads to inconsistency, revisions, and unnecessary frustration. Third, clarification eliminates uncertainty. When you ask the right follow-up questions, you shift from uncertainty to precision. You dramatically reduce revisions and get closer to a usable first draft. The 99% rule states that the model should not generate an output until it is 99% sure it understands your instructions. That includes the audience, the purpose, the format, the constraints, and the broader context. That final 1% of uncertainty is exactly where mistakes happen. Your job as a prompt engineer is to close that gap by prompting the model to ask clarifying questions before it begins the task. This single habit reduces wasted iterations more than almost anything else you will learn in this program. Point. A strong test step includes targeted questions that help the model fully understand what you're asking for. Here are the most essential ones. Who is the audience? This shapes the voice, depth, and language choices. What is the desired tone or voice? Tone changes the entire feel of the output, whether formal, conversational, instructional, or technical. What is the end format? Knowing whether it's an email, a report, a script, or a curriculum defines structure and length. What should be included or avoided? Clear requirements and exclusions prevent the model from drifting into irrelevant or incorrect territory. There are additional clarifications that play an equally important role. Purpose and constraints. What is the purpose? Is it to inform, persuade, educate, or entertain? Purpose drives strategy. Are there constraints such as word limits, time restrictions, or resource limitations? Compliance requirements. These might include legal guidelines, regulatory rules, or brand standards. Structure and boundaries. What is the desired structure? Should it be sequential, modular, hierarchical, or narrative? What is the desired length? A brief overview or a detailed deep dive? And what does success look like? Clear success criteria give the model a strong target. Let's look at the difference clarification makes. Without clarification, you end up rewriting the prompt multiple times, restructuring output manually, and spending extra time on preventable revisions. With clarification, those extra steps disappear. The model produces something much closer to a final draft because it has already confirmed your requirements. When you use the test step consistently, your outputs become more stable, more predictable, and significantly higher quality. You spend more time analyzing results and less time fixing avoidable errors. In this lab, you will practice writing test questions for a complex business or coaching prompt. Step 1, select your task. Choose something that normally requires multiple steps or pieces of information, such as writing a proposal, designing a coaching curriculum, or building a strategic plan. Step 2. Identify what the model would need to know. Ask yourself which missing details would cause errors, confusion, or weak output. Step 3. Draft your questions. Your questions should cover audience, purpose, format, tone, scope, inclusions, exclusions, constraints, and structure. This exercise strengthens your ability to force clarity before the model begins generating. A complete test section should include 4 things: audience definition. Who will consume this content? What is their background or skill level? Purpose clarification. What should the deliverable accomplish? What understanding or action should it lead to? Format specifications. What is the final format and what structural elements are required? Boundaries and guidelines. What must be included? What should be avoided? Are there compliance needs or brand requirements? By the end of this activity, you will have created a test section that forces clarity, reduces back and forth, and ensures a stronger first draft. Never allow the model to start working until both you and the model are aligned on what success looks like. The test step is how you achieve that alignment. When you use this step consistently, you will see 3 to 4 times fewer revisions. Clarification eliminates unnecessary corrections and manual restructuring. A 99% certainty standard. This closes the gap between vague instructions and precise understanding. Stronger first drafts. Outputs become high quality from the beginning, not the 3rd or 4th attempt. The test step saves time, increases accuracy, and elevates the quality of every deliverable you produce. This is what separates professional prompt engineers from casual users.